We are on episode 9. Notice that when the game is on pause, the people don't move, but the trees still sway. This is a sandbox game. I'm in the World Wars era. If you've been watching throughout the series, I appreciate that. If you've just joined, feel free to either stick around, see me proceed from here, or to go back and see where this all started. As you can see, I've built the Stonehenge, moved my logging camps to the vicinity. I have a power plant that is freshly built, so now I can supply electricity. I need to get while I'm thinking about that, I'm going to go ahead and put a substation down. Or 2 or 3 or however many are required. Why is that orange? I don't recall it being... Oh, it's because no coal yet. That's okay. Yeah, this looks like as good a place as any. Well, I can... Yeah. So I'm not going to be too precious about it. I'm going to need to throw down another one across the river anyway. So go ahead and quick build that here. Get back into real time. Okay, I have my roads put in. I'm ready to expand that way when the time comes. Looking pretty good economy-wise, I think. If I do say so myself. I've seem to have spent a lot of money recently on something, because this was up over 400 a while back, but that's okay. I think one of the more recent episodes, I slapped down a lot of apartments and housing, and we're already back up halfway to almost a $500,000 again. So okay, I have some... I don't like seeing boxes. So what's causing the boxes? Do I need more Teamsters? Let's find out. So nothing going in here. And it's not like the milk is piling up. So I don't think it's so much a matter of the Teamsters as I do not have enough goat farms. So a good rule of thumb is probably about 2 farms per factory. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some more goat farms to keep the creameries happy. Unfortunately, there's not a amazingly good place to put those. Looks like I'm going to have to do one of these maneuvers. Go ahead and shift click to build that there. Build again, and then I'm going to connect my roads. So I just built 2 of those facing away from each other. I have a love-hate relationship with this coconut harvester. It's operating at 100 efficiency. There's not really a good reason to get rid of it, I guess. I need to be careful. I have mines here. I don't want to encroach on those, but I do like to keep my industries supplied if I'm going to pay people to run them, so it was important to get those in. I've moved my cigar factories across the river. I wonder... not a big fan of this tannery. Want to make sure that from time to time, I like to make sure that my Department of Defense minister is still alive and well. Because the thing is, I'm playing as a pacifist. If I do have a uprising of some sort, guerrilla attack, what have you, I need to have my police stations, if I even have any built, are going to supply the military squads to deal with that. So, but only if I have that minister. And I had a game recently I played where I was playing pacifist, and I had accidentally let my Minister of Defense perish, hopefully of old age, or maybe they decided they didn't like Tropico anymore and emigrated. Anyway, I had the enemy, whoever it was, came and attacked my ministry first. So I had a disabled building. I had no way of building the had no way to counter them because I was on pass. I ended up having to switch. Anyway, that was another game. This is this game. Let's try to avoid the story time here. Okay, so we have coal. We have a network balance. Okay, the whole point of putting this in, of course, is so I can build, not just electrify the houses and make people happier. It's also, of course, so I can get some factories in that are going to rely on electricity. So let's get another substation put down. Looking for a good place to put that. I'm gonna quick build it right there. Okay, now factories. I guess it's a good to move off in this direction to put down my electronics requiring factories. Although, with that said, my cannery might be better off over here. I haven't checked my unemployment in a while, so I'm okay. No, I'm not okay. I have 15 unemployed, and I also have vacant jobs, mostly uneducated. Okay. Not a huge deal, but I can take care of I have a grocery here. Where can I put in a grocery to do the most good? Let's put it in over here. Yeah, I never get lucky with... Let's check the dock to see how my industries are doing. Okay, I need more cigar factories. Look at that. I have tobacco backed up. So I'm going to place another cigar factory down on the other side of this. Coal mine. I'm going to resist the urge to quick build that. Just because I'm doing well doesn't mean I need to, you know, waste money. Then again, it is kind of wasted money to have that tobacco backed up here. Pineapple. Okay, it's time to get some canneries down. That's why I built the power. Anyway, so let's get the canneries down. Then after this, I'll just turn on my immigration again, because I'm backed up with pineapple, if nothing else. So canneries build. They use pineapple, meat, fish, and coffee. Actually, later on, I think you can unlock coffee. So, good industry to have going. I'm going to start with just one. I'm going to add some houses over in this area. Where would be a good place? I guess I'll throw them in behind. I'm going to throw in a... Well, let's see who we're dealing with here. Poor and well off. jam-packed. Okay. One of those and 2 bunkhouses should do it. Well, no, but it's good enough for this area. And what do I have in the meat? Okay, I only have a church. I don't have any much fun stuff over here for the folks. So I'm going to go ahead and build a trusty circus. And a restaurant. That should do. Another thing I said I was going to do.
It is a great day for our comrades.
Another thing I said I was going to do is get some bus routes going. So let's see if I can keep my eye on the ball here and lay in. Yeah, I'm just going to put them in this way. 1, 2, 3. It's not too important to have your bus routes right next to where the routes are going to be. So I'm going to put in the first one here. And then its stop is going to be more along this downtown area over here. So that'll connect those 2 population centers. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to put it, I'm going to connect its start along here. I have no idea how far like these people will walk, but the reason I'm doing this is just in case there's a situation where they want to get around, they have a way to do it. They don't, if they're unhappy with the level of amenities in their area, then they can hop on the bus. That's the theory. How are we doing on planks? Stop. And I'm going to check planks right before the... No planks produced. That's okay. I'm sure they're being produced, but they're just not piling up. Okay, coal is still piling up. Iron is in danger of piling up. Nickel... But I don't see steel, so... Let's see what the situation is. Okay, I need to get people in... And what are these? Weapons factories up the... I'm happy to increase the job quality on these. It's pricey, but I think it's worth it. These factories will be around for quite a while. What other industries might I be missing? I have weapons, steel... Yeah, I really want to make good use of that iron and... What have I done here? Okay. No, these are both facing in. I have 4 steel factories going, so I don't understand why they're... And they're getting materials. And they're just not, they just can't produce steel fast enough, I guess. These have steel, have nickel. Okay, it's just, I guess it's just that I'm building quite a bit. So then the question is, do I want to expand that operation even more? to make sure I'm using that coal or what. I'm gonna let it run a little bit and see how it balances out. But it's looking to me like I'm gonna need to take care of that. Yeah. Nickel, iron, pineapple, coal, rum. Oh, why isn't my rum being exported? I hope it is. We'll check that. Yeah. Okay. And how are they? They're still a little bit short on sugar. I think I've let my pirates slack off. And it wouldn't hurt to put these folks, my commandos, on. Let's see how my Caribbean happiness is. Yeah, I need to bring up my happiness, but I think in the meanwhile it wouldn't hurt to get them on a raid to heist one of these. Okay, so we have the Taj Mahal. Dead citizens leave their fortune to me. That's in the running. This is usually attractive when I'm playing on higher difficulties so that I can more easily control the propaganda. I can also use this to reach more with the money-making media. So there's work modes for newspapers, radio stations, and everything that TV stations that make earn money. So that's a good one. I've used this one for. Boy, this one's kind of a tough decision. Not too worried about this one. Any of them are good because they increase tourism ratings later on if I'm going to have the population to support it. I think not because it's the best, only just because I haven't used it much. Is I'm gonna go ahead and do this one because it's basically passive money. So okay. Yeah, I wish they see, I can't see this in the queue. But it looks like it's on repeat, so I have no idea what's going on with that. So I don't know. I wonder when they plan on fixing this. So there's actually one over here. Okay. What else do I need to do? I have electricity. Citizens coming in. I've gotten some new industries underway. I will need to mind my happiness all the more carefully because I've sent my commandos away. So that's going to come with housing. Didn't prove that. Faith, fun. Okay. Gonna increase the I'm gonna give them some electricity. I'm gonna do it one by one instead of across the board. If you can't tell already, I kind of like to proceed slowly and cautiously with most choices. Okay, so that leaves me with some breathing room for, I might have made a small uptick to my housing quality, but leaves me with some breathing room to add on more of these gun factories if I need to. How's my cannery doing? It's taking in pineapple. It's taking on fish. I'm gonna build another. I'm gonna quick build it just because I want to get both of these. I'm not producing any meat yet, so I mean I have that one cattle farm, but I'm not producing any meat, so I'm not going to bother with this. Cold War, I can add in coffee. So I'm going to leave those tick the way they are. It's good. I'm opening up some of these. Let's see how my politics are doing. Okay, they're both quite happy with me, so that's not a problem. I could improve with improving my factions a little bit, the capitalists and the religious. I think I'll build some churches, but I'm going to hold off on trying to please the capitalists for right now. Because as a stopgap, I can always, if I need to, I can always toss down some mansions and houses and stuff closer to an election if I feel like I need to appease them a little bit. Okay. I'm going to build in a couple of churches here and there. See what that's done for my... Not so much the churches because it takes a while, but... Healthcare. Let's get some clinics. Housing. I think I can't remember what it was. I think it resulted in a little bit of an uptick, electrifying the... Alright, let's build a clinic. One there. One there. See how that does. Okay, so we have a backlog of logs. So does this mean that my... Okay, what we have here appears to be a Teamster union problem. Because we have logs waiting in the logging camps, at least 2 of them, but they aren't getting out. So another thing oh my, yeah, see. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to relocate these over here. Whoops. Well, I'll just pretend that I wanted to have extra space in between those. And then, of course, Teamsters. I need to add some Teamsters. Add 3. Okay, so my unemployment situation is probably yucky. I have a lot of empty uneducated jobs, but I only have 4 uneducated people to fill them. I have high school graduates looking for a place to work. I'm going to hold off on building more schools for just a little while. What happened?
We could wait for the perfect moment to strike, or we could go in guns blazing, if we had guns.
I was thinking about just sending the weapons just because it's fun.
Sir,
but,
yes, sir. The operation is back on target.
What else do I have? Okay, that's going to cost me 4,000 at some point. See, there's no use with these factions. There's no use worrying about bumping them up right now because who knows what's going to happen between now and the elections. So if I'm kind of worried closer to then I'll deal with it. But my support is pretty strong right now, so I have to worry about that just yet. I like my little whirly thing. That probably drives some people nuts, but I kind of like it.
Unable to land plane anywhere near palace owing to start of monsoon.
Okay, so I have no choice here, so I have to deliver steel and coal. That's fine because I have excess of these anyway, so that won't take long. Alright, I added in 3 of these Teamsters. Let's speed up and see if that addresses my problem with... Looks like I need homes over here. I am going to bet these are broke students. Nope. Well off. Okay. I just lost that bet. Copy apartment over here. And quick build it.
Sir, yes, sir. The operation is back.
That didn't take long. Copy one of these. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to copy it over there anyway. Okay, it'll fit here. I'll build 2 of those. Okay, we still have a...
The citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It seems that they want a choice in how they are ruled. So selfish.
I'm going to do the speech just in case, because it looks like my approval just went down a little bit. Address house care. I'm going to praise the capitalists.
My Tropicans, my people, my children. Your prosperity is my honor. Your solidarity is my faith. And I gracefully accept your love. You are my Tropico. And what of my people? I feel your pain when your walls shudder and your roofs leak. Those of you who have roofs. But soon, roofs for all, and walls for many. Our ongoing prosperity is supported by the capitalists. With thanks. We're grateful for the many fulfilling jobs you create for my people, and your progressive attitudes towards taxation. So vote El Presidente for the future that you deserve. All of you. Viva Tropico!
Okay, so I'm continuing to add in some more housing. Yeah, I don't understand this logistics problem that I'm seeing. How many Teamsters do I have total on the? Oh, I have 12. I don't know if that's. Oh.
Hola, how are you today?
So good to see you.
Plane touched down at 0900 hours local time. My body still thinks it's 1800 hours last Wednesday. The docs call it turboprop lag.
Okay. So the Teamster from this was clear over on the other side. Oh well, that's okay. Well, doesn't hurt to add one or two more. Oops. Yeah, I still got this wonky situation with employment. So, 24 open jobs for the uneducated, but only 8 uneducated out of work.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you, Presidente.
Okay, my election favorability or whatever is fine. So high school graduates, you know, they will work at jobs that are for uneducated. So that's maybe just a matter of waiting until they have time to get situated. So
The election is a landslide, Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that accidentally reduces the size of the workforce.
in terms of where I'm at in the World War era, the big problem is that I have this logistics stoppage, or whatever you want to call it, in this area. I don't know. Logs are not getting to the lumber mill. Logs are piling up across the street. Ah, okay. Now I'm feeling rather stupid. Okay, well, that's embarrassing, actually. But I'll get over it. So obviously the problem was I had moved the over this street, but they didn't have any road. The Teamsters, doesn't matter how many Teamsters you have, if you don't have roads, Gray Hill, then you will not be able to transport the goods. So, okay. Well, I am going to finish while I'm behind. I don't think anybody can ever take me seriously again, so I'm giving up on this series. No, just kidding. I'm going to come back in the next episode and continue progressing through the World War era. We're sitting pretty good. I have might be good to get a textile mill down and see where I'm at and begin the process of completing the alliances and all that good stuff to move on into the Cold War era. Thank you so much for watching, and go ahead and get in the comments and tell me what a dope I am for not connecting my lumber mills with roads. See you next time. Thanks, everybody.